JT and I'm here to talk to you about refugees. Refugees are not to be confused with immigrants who are just people who have moved from another country to live somewhere else or to work. A refugee is a person who has been forced to leave their country in order to escape war, persecution or natural disaster. There are lots of different policies on the refugee quota and we are going to talk about the Labour's, Greens and the Opportunity Party. The Labour's policy on refugees is that they want to raise the quota, which at the moment is 750 to 1,500. The Greens want to raise the quota to 5,000 in the next 5 years, and the Opportunities Party want to raise it to 3,000 people and then a further 2,000 on top of that.
So my name's Lisa Close and I'm the Ohio candidate for New Zealand First. I've come from a really broad background. I've worked in marketing and finance, but I also was involved in a lobby group and ended up working for the Ministry of Social Development. I've been a researcher and advisor for both the Green Party and New Zealand First, so I have quite a broad background politically, but I've chosen to stand for New Zealand First because I really appreciate the fact that it's the only party that doesn't represent one sector of society, that we cover across the sector of people, and so our policies are quite robust and they're highly debated, and I think for that reason they come out in a much better place. So it's really nice to come here and talk to you today.
So Jimmer and I are doing a topic about refugees, and so I'd like to say, what are your thoughts on the current refugee quota?
My personal thoughts on the current refugee quota is that it's not enough. We're not keeping up with our contribution, and I think we could do better. At the same time, I'm quite concerned about the quality of lifestyle and homes and services that the refugees receive when they get here. I've personally worked with someone who supports refugees, and I'm quite shocked at how difficult it is for them to access jobs and healthcare and things like that. So at the same time as I'd like the number improved, I'd like the service that we deliver to them improved as well.
Yeah. So what is New Zealand First policy with the quota?
I don't believe that I have to date read an actual figure. I do remember that Winston did a release of it not so long ago and talking about who they would like to bring over, and I think there was a discussion about bringing families over. What I can do for you though, if you want to give me your email, is that I can find that information out for you and send it through if that's helpful. Yeah, sorry, I just can't recall seeing an actual figure.
So if you would you raise it instantly or over a period of time?
I think it would be over a period of time because I want to see that quality of service first. It's the same as bringing immigrants into New Zealand and then hospital beds. It's the same as bringing refugees who've been through some of the worst situations in the world. Let's give them a really fantastic experience of living in New Zealand.
What do you know about refugees? Just in general, I guess.
What do I know in general? Oh my gosh. In my 20s, I was quite a keen backpacker, and I actually backpacked through the Middle East and spent a lot of time in Syria and Palestine, so I stayed in refugee camps. So from that side of things, I have some hands-on experience. I think a very interesting story of that is finding organisations that were providing them goods and services, only they never asked the refugees what they needed, so they actually provided them with spring in-aligned mattresses. There were hundreds and hundreds of them delivered to this refugee camp, but Syrians like to sleep on concrete floors. So hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of mattresses were lined up against the outside of the building, so they just didn't use. So I think one of the things when we're designing a system for refugees is that we really involve them in what that looks like.
Yeah. I think that's about
how quickly do you think we should raise the quota if we were going to?
I think that's part of the question that I need to investigate for you is the number and time frame. But yeah, I think there's a general consensus that we just haven't been increasing that number incrementally. We were kind of behind and now we're still behind, and I think, you know, New Zealand has a reputation for putting their hand out and helping people, and I think that we need to step up a bit to keep up with that.
We interviewed Lisa Close. She is an MP for Ohariu for the NZ First Party. She said that she personally thought that we weren't doing enough as the Wellington civilisations, and she felt like the government wasn't doing enough. Jimmer and I believe this statement is true because we feel like we could be doing more and that we should be doing more.
Hello!
Henry, what are your opinions on the refugee quota?
Well, it's definitely too low, and I think we need to raise it.
Okay, we're good. Jarvis, what's your opinion on the refugee quota?
I think it should be raised.
Right back running. What are your opinions on the refugee quota?
I think you should raise it because Raheem would approve.
I like turtles.
Ready? Yeah. Lauren, what do you think about the refugee quota?
I think 750 is a little amount compared to countries that are doing a lot more than us, and I think we should be doing a lot more and accepting from lots of different countries.
Like South Africa.
Jimmer, we need another person to interview.
Who are we going to get to interview?
I don't know. Who else is there? Oh, shit!
What are your opinions on the refugee quota?
I think it should be raised
Why is that?
because there are lots of people in the Middle East who are suffering horribly. I think we should open the doors because we have great resources.
I think that's a good idea. Latham, what do you think about the refugee quota?
I think we should have more people so we can have a bigger mountain bike community. You!
We interviewed 6 people from our class and they all said the things that Jimmer and I both thought. They all said that we should raise the quota, and Jimmer and I agree with this. In conclusion, we think that we could do more about the refugee crisis, and we think that we should house more refugees because we want to take a bigger part in the refugee crisis, and we are doing so little in comparison to other countries. I feel like we should do more.